It is on the floor. I'm David Locke.
I'm Ron Boone.
And we are here. Hi, we're on the floor. I'm David Locke.
And I'm Ron Boone.
Again, second time. Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button. I meant to hit this one so you didn't have to look at us anymore and see what's going on. Here, Jonas Valanciunas is working hard. The Grizzlies have taken this side of the floor, and the Jazz are on this side of the floor. I think we can walk. Oh, we're going to get killed here. He's throwing these one-handed passes. He's going to miss. Guy's not going to catch it. It's going to dome us. Okay, let's walk out over this way. Yeah, Ron Boone and David Locke now in the concussion protocol. And Joe Ingles doing his work here. Interesting, by the way, on our coaches show today, our coaches show was all about the concept of reads with Quinn Snyder. And he talked about how teams are playing Joe Ingles differently this year, having him had the ball. He's now much more in the scouting report, and teams are forcing him to his right much more than they ever used to, and that Donovan's dealing with it in a way that he's never. And both these guys are dealing with it a great deal more than other teams.
And I think you and I have covered that, talked about that as a matter of fact, that coaches in this league are pretty smart, and they try to take away your strength just like Quinn Snyder does, and Joe is not getting the looks like he normally gets, and so his three-point field goals made is down tremendously because of it.
Here's an interesting one on Donovan. I was looking at him today compared to 7- and 8-year veterans Dame Lillard and Kemba Walker. His shooting percentage from spots on the floor, so at the rim, exact same as those guys. 3-point off the bounce, he's not quite as good, but if we look at his career, he's gone from 28 to 33 to 36 on his off the bounce 3 in 3 years. And Kemba's at 40 and Dame's at 44%, which is incredible. And he's, but Donovan's walking that way. Mid-range shooting, he's better than them. Floater, he's actually better than most of them. His effective field goal percentage, though, much worse. Because I think in your third year in the career, he hasn't figured out how to get the shots he wants yet. Whereas those guys in year 6 and 7 of their NBA career have figured out how and where to get the shots that they want to get in a way that he hasn't figured out yet.
That's interesting. And that's real interesting, as a matter of fact, because I'm trying to figure out now if they're close to the same age. How much difference?
Oh, both those guys are 4 or 5 years older.
Okay. So,
Dame came in the year after 4 years of college. He's in his 7th year. Kemba's in his 8th year.
So naturally it takes time. So we're telling them to stop, or should they continue those little floaters?
Well, he should stop his. His is a little out of control, but it's understandable, I guess. My point is that it's understandable where he is in his career. The guys we're comparing him to are Kemba Walker and Dame Lillard. They're in their 7th and 8th years of their career, and this guy's in his 3rd.
So the thing is that good players will start to figure it out.
Right. And we're seeing him figure it out already, but it's not going to happen a snap of fingers, and we got to let him continue to develop that. The shot he's working on right now is this off-the-bounce 3, and he's gone from 28% to 33 to 36% on this shot. That's a hard shot right there. But when he starts to take that with more regularity, he's unstoppable. So
now you know why, I'm just going to use J.J. Redick as an example, because he seems to be a very good shooter going left to right, more so than going off the bounce toward the basket.
Oh, you make a point there I hadn't even thought about. Go back to the first thing we talked about, these guys being pushed one direction. So now it's not just that they have to learn an off-the-bounce 3, they have to learn the off-the-bounce 3 going the way they don't want to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, I hadn't thought about that. That's right. That's when you become Dame Lillard and Kemba Walker superstars. Right? Donovan's trying to get to be a superstar in his 3rd year in the league. A lot of kids here tonight.
What do you think of those young kids over there? Sitting here posting up against professional players.
Well, that looks like a team to me. When there's 14 kids, they're all the same age. Sitting across, there was a team from Australia the other day that was here to see the guys in Philadelphia. That looks like a team of some sort. There's Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder points his fingers at me like that, like I'll run away. That was a mad point. I'm done. I'm leaving. Jay started the year a ball of fire. He's cooled off a little bit since then. Yeah, his off the mount, his catch and shoot 3 is back to kind of where it was at the end of last year instead of where it was earlier. Grayson's getting about 20 minutes a night with these guys now. That with Morant hurt, so that's a good opportunity. We'll see Grayson tonight. We'll see Jay tonight.
Crowder still leading him in minutes.
Not surprising, right? Like, they're young. He plays the right way. You would think that, if you're a coach, you trust him to take care of things on the floor. It's funny. Everybody wants to build these young teams. You've got to have a guy like Jay Crowder for the younger players to see. He's like, I know Jay would probably rather play on a playoff team, but he's kind of perfect for them.
But people don't realize how hard it is to coach a young team. I mean, you're not just coaching one or two young players. You're coaching a team of young players, and with different habits, with different ways of scoring. And I heard you talking to the Taylor
Jenkins
about the defense and bad habits, and I mean, just so much to overcome and still try to win basketball games.
Well, the reason I asked that question is the word I have a little bit on Jaren Jackson Jr. is that he was such a defensive star at Michigan State that he didn't quite grasp how hard it was to defend at this level. And if you look at their defensive numbers, they're terrible with him on the floor. And particularly if this guy, Valanciunas, leaves the floor and they play Jackson at the 5, they become really poor defensively. And so that was a little bit of why I was asking Jenkins about that.
That makes sense. But, it's not that transition from college to the pros, that next step, they say, well, he's going to be good at the next level. Yeah, right. There's only a few of them that step into this next level.
We'll talk about in the broadcast. Morant and Clark, who won't play tonight, are playing well. The rest of the top 10 is like Zion we haven't seen, and then 3 through 10 in this draft right now is a disaster. Cam Reddish, R.J. Barrett, they are struggling. It doesn't mean they won't be good one day, but they're not good now. And it's really interesting to see. So, all right, that's quick one for you today. Ron's got to go do TV, and